So you've heard me speak in the past about Sat-Chit-Ananda, Sat-Chit-Ananda, the absolute uncreated reality of existence. So I thought today I would break down those words as I've spoken of them previously, but with a little more detail. Okay, so Sat, S-A-T. Sat means truth, absolute truth. It refers to the eternal truth or ultimate reality. It signifies the unchanging and timeless nature of existence. It is the essence that underlies all manifestations and is beyond the realm of time, space, and duality. So that is what Sat, S-A-T means. Truth, absolute existence, truth. Chit, C-H-I-T. Chit represents consciousness or awareness. It refers to the pure and undifferentiated consciousness that is present in all beings. Chit is the self-awareness that allows us to experience and perceive the world around us. But it also allows us to perceive or know our thoughts. It's the knowing element in every experience. Okay, so it is also the observer, the knowing element, the experiencer in every sentient being, including plants and microbes or whatever. They have their own modes of knowing, but you need Chit to do it, to know. And then the third component of that phrase, Sat-Chit-Ananda, is Ananda. Ananda means bliss or supreme happiness. It is the state of profound joy that transcends mundane pleasures and is independent of external circumstances. So, happiness depends on external circumstances, but Ananda is independent of external circumstances. Ananda is a state of inner fulfillment and contentment that arises from realizing the true nature of oneself and the interconnectedness of all beings. So, how do we experience Sat-Chit-Ananda? Since it's our fundamental state, but through modes of knowing and experience, that fundamental state is overshadowed by everyday experience. So experiencing Sat-Chit-Ananda is then the return home, the goal of spiritual practice in yogic and Indian philosophy. So you return to where you started from. It is believed that by transcending the limitations of the ego and cultivating self-awareness, one can attain a state of union with the eternal truth and experience the blissful nature of existence. So, transcending the limitations of the ego. See, anytime your ego acts up, your body goes into spasm, it goes into contraction. So the more contracted one is, that's the contracted ego. The more relaxed and open and unbounded one experiences, even the body, that's a sign of Ananda. So here are some ways you can experience some spiritual practice that are recommended for going back to the source. Number one, meditation. Regular meditation helps quiet the mind. It cultivates self-awareness and it connects us with the deeper aspects of consciousness. Through meditation, we can experience moments of transcendent joy and glimpse this aspect of our identity, the blissful nature, independent of external circumstances. Of course, then there's self-inquiry. Engaging in self-inquiry and contemplation helps to explore the nature of the self and question the illusion of separateness. By seeking to understand the true nature of reality and one's own existence, one can gradually move closer to the experience of Sat-Chit-Ananda. So in my self-inquiry, I ask, am I the changing body or am I the awareness in which the changing body is an experience and intermitting? Am I the changing mind or am I the awareness in which the mind comes and goes. Changing emotions, or the awareness in which emotions come and go. Changing thoughts, etc. So, when you do this kind of self-inquiry, you take every experience back to its source, which is Sat-Chit-Ananda. And of course, there are yogic practices, practicing yogasanas. Yogasanas are postures which help us actually understand that the body is a field of awareness. Pranayam, breathing exercises, and other yogic techniques purify the body and mind, balance the energy centers or chakras, which are junction points between consciousness and biology. And so these practices prepare the mind for higher states of consciousness, and they help in cultivating awareness and opening the pathways to experiencing Sat-Chit-Ananda. And then, of course, there's living in alignment. Living a life of integrity, compassion, and mindfulness is considered essential for experiencing Sat-Chit-Ananda. By aligning one's thoughts, words, and actions with the principles of truth, love, and harmony, one can create an inner environment that is conducive to experiencing the blissful nature of existence. Now, is this blissful nature in any way associated with a peptide called anandamide? So, when I was in training in the 70s, we were looking at the molecules of emotion, such as serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, opiates. And then there was another peptide that was identified, anandamide. So, anandamide means the peptide of bliss. And so I was thinking, maybe that experience of Sat-Chit-Ananda is associated with the secretion of anandamide, which could not only be creating bliss, but also acting as an immunomodulator. So, well, guess what? I went on AI to explore anandamide, because since my fellowship days, a lot more has been learned about anandamide. And here's the lowdown on it. Anandamide is a naturally occurring compound in the brain that belongs to a class of chemicals called endocannabinoids, cannabinoid, related to cannabis, marijuana. It is derived from the arachidonic acid. It is derived from arachidonic acid and acts as a neurotransmitter. Anandamide plays a role in various physiological processes and is often referred to as the bliss molecule. Bliss molecule, due to its potential involvement in mood regulation and feelings of happiness. Anandamide binds to a cannabinoid receptor. Cannabinoid receptors are receptors to cannabis or marijuana. In the brain, it binds to these receptors, specifically the CB1 receptors, which are part of the endocannabinoid system. This system is involved in regulating mood, memory, pain perception, appetite, and other functions. When anandamide is low, it may affect the release of neurotransmitters and may be associated with depression and mood disorders. Research suggests that anandamide levels may be associated with mood disorders such as depression and anxiety. It has been observed that individuals with depression may have low levels of anandamide in certain brain regions. In certain brain regions, and therefore its role in mood regulation is still being investigated. Anandamide is believed to be involved in the regulation of emotions and may contribute to the experience of joy and well-being. Anandamide plays a potential role in mood regulation and etc. Then, of course, it does not say whether anandamide has been studied in yogic practices. I think that should be the next frontier of research, looking at anandamide in yogic practices, yogasanas, self-reflection, awareness of body, awareness of sensory experience, awareness of mind, awareness of awareness, the whole, the range of mindfulness experiences, along with vagal activation through eye mudras, facial muscle exercises, smiling, toning, chanting, singing, deep breathing, heart awareness, kriyas, bandhas, yoga, asanas, understanding the body as a field of awareness. So much to explore, my friends, but now we're seeing the connection between fundamental reality, the only absolute reality you have. Your body mind as a person is a provisional identity, which even over a lifetime is constantly changing, you know. But the body mind is a modulation of Sat-Chit-Ananda. And the more we keep that in our awareness, the background against which all experience occurs, the non-changing factor in every changing experience, the more equanimity and compassion and empathy and joy we will experience, the closer to Sat-Chit-Ananda will be our life. A life of joy, empathy, compassion, and love in action. What could be better? And today, with the help of AI, we can explore all the research and also direct the future research in these areas, combining scientific knowledge with spiritual experience. I hope that makes some sense to you.